this is the first one, this is the last one. So
I'm not listening, Jesus. I was being protected by my mother most of the times.
Well, still.
I retract that. I just shot myself. Bro, honestly, when I was
Really?
I couldn't look up to him and say anything.
Wow.
It was like a mini god then, so.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria Ayadele Fash. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. For a subscriber, you know I love you, you know I appreciate you so much. Thank you for always and always coming back. Okay guys, today I have one of my two favorite persons on this chairs. One of the four of them. They want to come and say in Yoruba they used to call them, you say you have your husbands here. So I have my husbands on the channel. I have the main husband and the assistant husband. So yes, I have my brother-in-law here and I have Mr. Fash here. You guys already know Mr. Fash, so there's no need for many introduction there. So the newcomer on the channel, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm the next Prime Minister of United Kingdom. Hi everyone, my name is Tolulokwe. Many people call me Teals, that's my nickname.
Yes. So I have Mr. Teals here, I have Mr. Fash here, okay? He is there. This Mr. Teals is Mr. Fash's brother. Yeah. This is the first one, this is the last one. So
I'm not listening, Jesus.
Oh god, see the way I've been cracking up this entire holiday, you guys have no idea. So today we'll be doing a brother or a sibling tag kind of video, yes. So I think a couple of weeks ago I asked you guys to ask me and my sister some questions, but me and my sister will not be able to get around to answer those questions. So I decided that I'm going to ask. Why are you looking at your hand? So I decided that I'm going to ask the two of them the questions that a number of you ask. So since they are siblings, so are you ready?
Yeah, just transferring responsibility.
Yes.
You say you should ask your sister.
It doesn't matter. It works both ways.
Right.
Just ready. Alright, so the first question that I have here is, what was growing up as the elder child was for you, and then as the wait, first of all, okay, I've already said it. He's the first one and he's the last one.
I'm not the last one.
Oh, he's the fourth one. He's the fourth and final child of the mother, of the parents, and my husband is the first. So, and I know like there's like a generational gap between them.
I don't understand. Are you counting about kilos?
That's the first time I'm hearing that. Generational, I like that.
He's the first of four and he's the fourth of four, okay? Alright. Okay, so how was growing up as the first child was for you?
It's a replica of most traditional African homes. I grew up learning to be responsible for my siblings quite early, and because we are all guys, we were all I think household chores were integrated early. So at a point when my brothers are mostly young, except for my midday, that there's not much distance between us. So you get to do all the house chores, like literally all the house chores. But small, the more they grow up to a certain age, you get to be relieved. Then at a point you become a supervisor, kind of, and that's even almost the hardest of the job, because everything that goes right, the individuals takes the glory for it. But when it goes wrong, my God,
you take responsibility.
Naturally.
Okay, so how was it like growing up as the fourth child? No, I would say ask the other side of it. So for you, how was it like growing up as the fourth child?
Personally for me, yeah. I think it was a bit of not knowing how to do anything. You get, and then I think I had the immunity of some things. I was being protected by my mother most of the times.
Well, still.
I retract that. I just shot myself.
My mother-in-law will still call us every day. She my husband is not your child.
Maybe not. So I was protected a lot, but you just can't do anything right because you were the smallest. I mean, maybe I felt like I wasn't doing anything right because I wasn't doing anything right.
Okay.
So I was being controlled a lot. I was being shouted at a lot. And this man right here, he felt like a mini god.
Hey!
I can't even see anything to his face. Bro, honestly, when I was there, I couldn't look up to him and say anything.
Wow!
It was like a mini god then. So
Yeah.
I think I had so much freedom as much as I had so much fear in my heart. So it was a mixture of everything. But I was definitely loved by everyone.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it was
Okay. So the next one is, how was it like? And I think you've answered partially. Having him as an elder brother.
Yeah, it was a mini god.
Mini God, like
because
was he always shouting or
yes,
what?
it was very strict. I mean, it's still strict, I guess. On times where you are not in. So it was really strict, and I respected him a lot. I mean, respect. So if in the order of things, I would say probably God, my dad. Then he was dragging with mom. So because I respected him a lot. So yeah, but I learned a lot of things. I mean, with the respect, growing up with him. There was a time he wasn't always around anyways.
Yeah.
The guy was always ghosting. Fine, don't go. But yeah, it was a good experience.
Aww.
I mean, having me as my brother. That was for the camera.
Do you know?
But that's it anyways.
It's so funny because every one of your cousins or your nieces that reach out to me then before we got married, they always say the same thing about him. Oh, they always think he's a very strict person. They don't like to talk. Wow. Okay. How was it like having him as the youngest brother?
I think he was born around the time when I think someone like when we were growing up, my dad was like the authority figure. Like it's not like we didn't respect our mom, but you know how children get to be close to their mom such that you can argue things, they can say do this and you'll be like, oh mommy, this one, but nobody may talk to coach like that. So
their dad is coach, by the way.
Yeah. So but at a point when Tius was younger, we were like his parents. Like my dad left most of the disciplining to us. So you know if you say I'm speaking pidgin, it's alright, Sha. So if you say Tolu don't do one thing, normally you'd expect a reaction from my dad. Ingo just get up, go inside room. So it now became myself and my immediate prerogative to discipline, to restrict, to it was almost like all the things he taught us is now our turn to do those things. And I think we literally did it because when I think at the point I think towards the time he was ending his high school or secondary school as to call it, there were some issues about him having some kind of result and all those ones. So we just took up the challenge. Everybody taught him their areas of strength. I think I took up English, government, and all those ones. Pico took up mathematics and all those ones and all those ones. And
everybody even took biology.
the funny thing is, he had the best results in all of us in secondary school. O levels. He has the best.
You won't say the part that I'm actually intelligent and you
Okay. If that makes him but actually his results compared to all of us who compared, I think maybe Eberi's result is the one where his result is better by far.
Interesting. So who are you closest to growing up, like with your siblings?
It changed over time, or it changes over the time. I mean, because there was a time, I think when I was a lot younger, I think it was Pico. That's his own immediate brother. Yeah, it was Pico growing up because he taught me a lot of things. That I cannot
a lot of things you can't say here.
So it was Pico. Then at some point it became him. So I kept on interchanging between him and I don't know. I don't know if there was a time I was closest to my middle brother. But I think it was always between him and Pico. So
interesting. How about you?
Okay, who
were you closest to within your brothers?
I think at the time it was me and Pico. That's just normal. We grew up together. We're
committed a lot of
Pico is the okay. So it's him. It's Pico. It's Elberit, who is also Faith, and then it's Tills.
So
so that's their unofficial names.
Okay, that's fine. So what was I saying now? So
you said you were closest to people.
Yeah, because we grew up literally.
So with my hands too.
Apology. I'm holding it because he's drifting away, so I have to bring him because
it's because I'm in love with him. Say it like that. No point about it.
All right.
Apologies.
So it was me and Pico mostly growing up. We committed almost all the atrocities together and all that. So we did almost all the juvenile attribute of young male adolescent misbehaviors. We did almost everything together, all our respective versions of it. So maybe I went to play game, he will go and play ball, all those kind of things, and we'll leave school and all those. We did almost everything together. But I think when we became older, maybe because of our similarities in our personality, I think myself and him might be the closest now. I don't know. I don't think so. Think closest, but I think it's the only person that can talk to me amidst my siblings in ways that resonates with me. If I need somebody to tell me the truth, it's the one I go to.
So please, where is Faith in all this equation?
Now, Faith...
because I know there was a time you were close to Faith too. Closest to Faith.
Was there a time? Faith is... Okay. I don't...
Faith is the quietest. And it's so funny because...
It's not the quietest. It appears to be the most quiet.
It's so funny because when I just started getting to know him, I and Faith were closest. Like, we talk every time, almost every day.
Really?
And yes, we chat all the time. So I could not even understand why they would say Faith was like that. It was when I met him and I got to know why, because he's more reserved than the three of them.
He's the most reserved of us. I think in many things, myself and Faith are similar.
Yeah.
We are very strict. Our voice sound almost the same.
Yeah.
We are very strict, very principled. We do many things the same way.
Yeah. And he and Pico, they are the same. They have the same traits.
So that's the thing. But if I need somebody to talk to me in a way I can, or speak something, like if I'm confused about something or I'm doing something wrong, but nobody can talk to me the way I'll let it walk. I talk to him because he will tell me the truth. He will explain to me, no, this thing you are not doing. So that's maybe why it looks like we are closer. I don't know if we are closer. But the thing is, amidst the four of us, I think is the good thing about boys. We were never competing. We were complementary. So I don't think there's anything that is hidden between even good or bad or one thing. We talk about literally anything. I think when I don't know if that's part of it now, but I know that when first time she will see me with my siblings, she didn't believe it, because the person she knew was most like what I use. Everybody thinks I'm strict, I'm unapproachable, I'm not playful and all those ones. But when she saw me, it was like, this is a different version. And that's the thing. We were... When you see all of us, I mean the four of us, except if you are speaking Yoruba, you can't know who is older. Yeah.
And that's true.
You can't know who is older. We don't talk like this one is older, or, we just flow. So I don't know. I think my
husband is a different person when he's with his brothers. Like he's just, why are you so loud? Why are you so like? And that's just the way they roll with each other. You can never tell that this is the eldest, this is the youngest.
Okay, well,
it's crazy.
You wouldn't know through all the years where he was beating me. Slightest mistake, you wouldn't know all those times.
You see, that's what's so even fascinating to me, because you think that because of that kind of difference in background, it will be difficult for you to like come together. When my mother talk about our own, it will be different. I think that's even what like you were saying, between guys, the difference between guys and girls, because somehow the relationship you have growing up kind of affects how you relate with each other. But now, like you would think that they were the best of friends when they were growing up. Babe, please let me on this like.
Okay, then in addition, I wanted to say something. Part of what I say is the one that knows how to talk to me in certain ways.
He's the one that when we're dating, sorry for cutting. When we're dating, my husband told me that if you want to report me to anybody, if I do anything, it's the one that she report him to. I'm not even joking. I've not played that card yet. But I'm like, it didn't make sense to me because I'm like, no, you are trying to like run away from. How can it be the last born? Not even like the second or the third, but it makes a lot of sense. Like over the years, I got to understand. Go ahead.
You gonna report me to Pico? Okay. No, okay. Maybe Airberry is just the kind of person he is. You can report to him what you want to hear. He won't tell you.
Yeah.
It is me that he will talk to. He will do what you want him to do, but you will not hear what you want to hear from him. That's the difference. I think, okay, there was an incident. I think he was in JS3 or SS1. It was in SS1 or so. It was we're in Okio, but I can remember clearly. But I may not remember this incident. He went to play ball that day. So it was me and Dre that were in the house. So he was just coming in. And he just said he was going to play. I said, okay, no problem. No to Mashiri Paju and all those ones. So he went and came back. And I asked him, I was like, Otilo Babo Folori? Like, the way he was looking, dusty, all, you know, and he won. Because I think he instinctively knew how to beat me. So I was like, Otilo Babo Folori? It was just like, no, I don't stand up. Ma slap her.
Why?
Why you don't say
You don't know anything.
you can't lie now? You know what he now said? He said, "Konsepe mi o gbabo, but mi gba follow." So
I need to complete.
I don't remember that.
I have audience that I know you're
Okay,
They'll come
so
and ask me what is
it was like, I was like, something like, you don't go play ball scatter. It was not like, no. I was upset, like, how do you mean? You know, it was visible. You were dusty, sweaty, and all those ones. It was not like, it's not like I didn't play ball, but I didn't play scatter.
I didn't play.
So immediately Dre started clapping like, "In don't catch you." So that's why I started laughing, because I knew that logic worked with me, like, correct, smart boy. Then I said, I beg. That's how. So instinctively, from even when he was much younger, he knew what to say to work with me. You know, normally I would have been upset that he denied, but the way he said it, you know, logic always work with me. Like, no, beside I don't go play ball, but I don't play and scatter. Do you understand?
Jeez, that's interesting. Because that was my next question about, you know, like a goofy childhood memory that you both have. So I think you've said your own. So it's your turn.
There were a few ones. I'm trying to remember which one.
Yeah.
That I should go on the camera, of course.
Let's say anything. Anything goes. Say the worst one.
Let me think through. Okay, I think there was one, because you mentioned Dre. Yeah, there was one time. You know, now there were bigger boys than me. Obviously, you said there was. What did you call it?
Before, what
did you narrate the difference between the
generational difference?
Generational difference. So because they were bigger boys, and oftentimes I was involved in their conversation. I would be there when they are speaking about things, and they were much older, but they would speak about girl things. And I was always intrigued that when will I get there? So I don't know if you remember. There was one time, I think I had a girlfriend. I think I was in. Can't remember what class I was. I was still in secondary school. So I had a girlfriend, or I mean, it would be a girlfriend that year now, because I know there was obviously nothing between us. So, but I thought I was in love. So what I did was I took my phone. I think you were in school or wherever, I don't know. Then I took my phone and texted my brother. I mean, being the Soji guy, you know, Soji means now he's a big boy. Yeah, he knows what's happening. And then I texted my brother like, "Yo, bro," something like that. That I have a girlfriend now. That I'm a big boy. I was so young.
What class were you at this time?
Let me try and remember.
It should be between SS1 and SS3, because it was in Okelba now.
Yeah. So that would be early 2000s or mid 2000s or whatever. And I texted my brother, and something like that. I can't remember the exact wordings. And so
do you remember the story?
I was. Can I say cocky?
Yes, you can say anything.
I was cocky about it. I was like, yeah, I have a boyfriend. I'm sorry, I have a girlfriend now and stuff.
Yeah.
And he called. When he called, I knew something was wrong.
Problem.
Because he just called, and he reprimanded me from morning till night.
Why?
Is that what I'm supposed to be thinking about? WAEC is coming, JAMB is coming. I should be thinking about my book, my life, how to improve it. I'm talking about woman. Where did I learn that from? Obviously you. But he reduced me to tears. Wow. And then when it was done, he gave it to Dre.
Yeah?
Dre too started. You know his pastor.
Yeah, Pastor Dre.
First advice.
Dre is my husband's best friend.
Started sandwiching it like, yab me small then say something nice. So they were like depleting my ego, raising it. I was knackered.
Oh God.
So I remember that till this date, this very moment, I remember that time.
Wow.
Because it made me set my priorities right, believe it or not. I was so young, but I just knew that I shouldn't be chasing women. Say that he changed me completely because boys will be boys now, growing up, adolescents and all those things. But I think I learned a thing or two that day. So
I see.
It's one of those things.
You say you don't want to say that story.
No.
Do you have any other like fun, interesting memory you had with him growing up?
There are many. I can't. It's just a memory. I don't know if I can remember. There are plenty memories or instances or all this kind of a thing. I've always tried to exert some measure of influence on my siblings. So I saw that, for instance, now there was as much as I could exert on Pico because we were more or less the same in many things. So I could not do so many things, but I saw a number of things that Pico, because as of the time two of them were living together, I think just when Pico finished university, before he served, he was at home, so they were both of them. So Pico exerted himself too much on him. So I tried to start correcting.
What do you mean? That's English. What did Pico do? Go. He will stop lying against my brother-in-law.
This is the thing. Pico's personality is that he's carefree.
Yeah, it can be.
He's very carefree, and he's this kind of person that you cannot be angry with. Do you understand? Like, no matter what he does, you think you want to be angry with him, but if he says one thing,
you laugh.
You will either laugh or forget about it. And we used to make joke about my dad, because there was a time like that my dad kept on rug. See, this one, that one is going to do this one. People just came, carried the rug, and took it to school. So when my dad came, it was just
everyone felt it was going to be.
When people come back, one thing. Do you know that when people came, the day he returned from school, we were all at home. Popsy just went inside. I brought that drink. That this month I've kept it for you. So all of us were shaking. What?
Is it like the same man that was drinking?
So we're not saying, but
it was someone else.
You were saying this one. Popsy just said, "I'm a Pico here gone. I'm a logo John."
That was exactly
what does that mean in English?
This Pico boy must be using juju.
Yes.
Because that's the kind of person he is. So I didn't want him to be too much like that. I mean, life is not that hard. I know I'm at the extreme, and I think in that way, me and Faith are similar. We can be extreme in being serious and all those ones.
I mean, blend of both words.
Exactly. So I wanted him to also get that life is a bit different for us. When I say us, I mean guys, men. Our approach to life shouldn't be exactly like that. What works for people is different, because I remember that people had a friend that in university that time, that even Pico was afraid of that one's carefree attitude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pico is afraid of that one, then they must be fine.
Paco is those kind of people that if they say people who do not pay school fee will not write exam, Faco will not pay and will write exam. But if you try what it does, you'll be in trouble. So there are something like that they just have that ease, regardless of how. So I didn't want him to feel like, if that's who you are, it will work for you. But if that's not who you are and you're trying to emulate someone, it will become. So I tried as much to correct all of that, and I think I did a number on him actually, Sha. Maybe that's why.
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question I have here is, what was the defining point in your relationships as brothers? What would you say, because like you said, you were not close, growing up. When do you think that, let's start with you. Did you start getting close to him? What was that defining point for you?
I think it's just growing up for me. When they tell you things when you are younger, it doesn't make sense, and then when you start growing up, it makes more sense. So I think growing up, I just started realizing the difference between right and wrong, or left and right, and there were some things that I said that leaned towards the right side. So you would get closer to him because you'd seek more. You want to learn more from what he's told you years ago. So I think it was growing up. I won't say who did because I'm very young.
He's very young.
So
The way they used to taxi miles back.
he's just he's a very young man. So 2 years below the age of
of maturity. No, you're
I won't
already
say
mature.
God will forgive all of you.
So I think it's just growing up, outgrowing.
But what would you say was like when you were in university or whilst you were in secondary school? Or because I know that he told me like when you were growing up, he was almost out of the picture because he was in school.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So was it when you guys were apart that your relationship was like strengthened or
yes, I would say yes when we were apart, because I remember that there were lots of things, there were a lot of issues, there were a lot of clarities that I needed that I would call him or would have to call me. So there were years that we wouldn't even see. Probably I can't remember if it was up to a year, but there were longer times that we didn't see each other, and it was just over the phone. So he would call me and then give me some advice. I would call him and ask for advice.
Oh, okay.
And stuff like that.
I remember our goofy story now.
oh yeah, tell me.
You like
Tell me. You know I like
before I got there, I wanted to say that I think we got closer when he finished school.
Yeah,
university.
It was around before service or
Yeah, when he was
when he was coming to
university,
Abuja then.
when he was in university, he was in school with Faith. They were in the same university, although they have a very peculiar relationship. Like they were in the same church and people didn't know that they were siblings. They would come to church and sit down beside each other and do But the truth is, the way the church was, it was important for them that people did not know that they were siblings.
Why?
They would disturb them.
It
It was the church we grew up in, so they would disturb you and all those ones.
I would even see my brother on the road. I would just greet him, hey bro, because my friend must not know he's my brother. I will be dead.
So it was like that. Then at a point, Pico too went to join them because he was doing his masters in the same school. So I was the only person in a different part of the world. But by the time he was going to serve in Kano, then we started becoming closer. Kano to Abuja and all that. He would stay. I think during service he stayed with me and all that. So then I think when he was 7, he just entered service. He lost his phone in a keke. I can't remember what led to it. So he called me and he said, I don't know how he even called me, but we just spoke. I don't know whether we chatted because we're now saying, okay, you want to get a new phone. How much is the phone you are going to get? My brother did the call phone 70 something K, 80 something thousand.
Wow.
And as of this time I was using it's not Boat 5, Q5, BlackBerry Q5. That phone brand new was 30,000. Brand new. I remember I bought it on Conga. I can't forget. So it was just calling phone, and I said, you know what will happen? Any phone you want to buy, bring half the money. Get what I want for my brother bought? 30,000.
Wow.
I asked any phone in this world you want to buy, bring half the money. So later he just called me that it's ready now. I said how much? He now said it's 30,000. So I said the half.
Interesting. So you now sent him 30,000?
I sent him half.
Half of the 30,000?
Yes, now.
Oh, 15K.
Yes.
What phone did I buy then?
I can't even. It's one in Phoenix or one.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting. It's okay.
You don't want to know the story of how I lost my phone.
Hey,
So it was not. You did
So
not.
not
I can't tell him the true story now. He's never going to buy me anything in his life.
So that scope is scope all of us.
Wow, interesting. Okay.
No worry, we'll go here now.
So let me ask this one that are sharp question, not emotional question. So who is better looking?
He's the one.
Why are you considering me like that?
I refuse. It's not true. It's my husband that is better looking.
Agreed.
Nah, don't this.
Because I want to eat later.
No, I'm lazy. I think I know that one. I think all of us are.
Who is more vain? I think that should be the question. Who is more vain?
It will still be the one.
How?
See, all of us, we have that thing. We have swag. We have our respective swag. But I think it's much more stylish than almost all of us combined. So he's the one. He has time.
Stylish and vain are not the same thing.
You are stylish, you are vain.
No, vain, you are into yourself.
Is he not?
To be honest, the two of them, I don't even know what the difference is. They are both the same.
Alright.
Jeez, they are so much in love with themselves. Like, guy. What was the last time? When was the last time you guys had an argument?
I can't remember.
That's many years ago. Even when I was staying with him in Abuja, I don't recall us having any thing like that.
Wow.
If it's even pickle now that you're saying, I can't. Even I can't remember the last time we ever had anything.
Because just like you said, we flow like mates, but everyone knows their place. If I see them stepping beyond that boundary, I will just keep quiet because there's no point. So I don't think
that's so good though. Like I
can't remember.
Yeah, I think that's
time.
really.
I mean, I think he I don't know who has seen us together. I think someone who knew him and said, "Are you saying that's your eldest brother?" I say yes. Now they talk like that. That's how we talk. What's the big deal?
Interesting. So what is something that you both enjoy doing together?
For us guys, it's mostly about interdependence. So it can be watching his movie and watching my movie. And we'll be gisting in between and all those ones. But really, I don't know if there's anything that we have to do it together to be sweet.
I don't think so.
When you guys talk, like it's like you enjoy banter. You enjoy if you see them insulting themselves playfully, not insult like
teasing is normal.
Themselves
it's normal. That's why you see that if even in our chat group, we spend 90% of the time yabbing each other than all those ones. I think I suffer more of the yab naturally, but what can the righteous do?
It's true. Like they yab my husband too much, all of them.
So I'm used to it. I mean, we took a picture yesterday now and we posted it on the group, and my immediate younger brother has posted it on status and said it's pre-wedding shot. So you can imagine it's normal for us.
Okay, so what were some of the characteristics that you emulated from him and vice versa? I think
there will be things though I can't remember.
Or things about him, it's a certain characteristics about him that you like, even if it's not emulate.
No, I think he's actually the most creative out of all of us. Yes, I had the privilege of living with Toy before he did, but I was never. I don't think I had the time, the patience, or the brain for it. But it didn't stay with us as long. I don't think it stayed with us as long as I did when he learned the craft and he became a professional in his own right. So I think I had always knew from then that he was most creative. He was the only one who could draw, who could do all those handcraft, all those. The rest of us, not have anything like that. So I think that's there. Then of course he's very imaginative with dressing and all those kind of things. I think most times
my husband don't like to admit it, but I think he used to influence my husband's dressing.
Which one is I don't like to admit it?
Okay. You've never admitted it to me.
It's
just my own observation.
You've not asked before now, but because I look to him, I look to his dressing and all. There are things I can't emulate. There are
some dressing you cannot.
They are too powerful for me. But I look at his pictures, I look at how he matches things, and I want to do the same thing, only in my own way. But it will be like the inspiration for that thing many times.
My husband was just going to say, I like this shoe, I like it. Is when he came that I knew that he saw the shoe in his house. That's where he even got to know about the shoe.
No, this one.
There was one that you were talking about the other day when he came.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember.
What about you?
I don't know. I don't learn anything.
It's the lie. It's the lie. That's at least one thing. Even if it's not like emulate, but one thing that you actually like, characteristics that you admire.
There were so many things in my subconscious that I can't even say, because, like you said, I was away for a while and I started becoming someone else through his own immediate brother. So, and he came in and tried to fix a lot of things, which he did. So at the point I became some part of him, at the point I became some part of
other brothers.
Jiget. So and today we have a lot of things in common, as much as we have so many things not in common. So he tried his best to make me become a reader like him. I don't read much. I mean, I want to improve on that, but maybe 30 years later I will. I don't. So, but I think that in some situations I would say, what would Wole do? Like, what would he do about it? Because if you probably know his story anyways, but if you do know his story, he has been through a lot and he never stops. He just doesn't stop. He still tries to, you know. So that's one thing that I look up to, because I feel like if he didn't give up, I can do it too. So.
Well,
Interesting.
that's nice. Well, I think we reflect each other too. And why I say he understands me more is that Tolu knows what song I would like, even if I have not heard the song. Ever. He would just say, hear the song. There are many musicians that is one that introduced to me, and that's just it.
That's nice. Okay, that's the final question I have. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I had fun recording it. I've been telling this man that anytime he comes to my house, we do this video, and God brought him this time around. So on to the next one. The next time I'll ask you guys to actually ask them questions.
Next time there will be a next time.
There will be a next time.
I think this is the day that people will help you do video.
I have one question. And this one is about me, because I've asked about the two of you. Now it's about me. What was your first reaction when he told you about me? Yes. Now I want to know. Yes.
Nah, I'm no longer in this. I'm sorry.
Lying. You must talk it.
I try to, because I don't want to lie.
Say it.
I can perfectly cook up stuff for 2 minutes and you won't know if they lie.
Say the truth. Tell the truth.
But it was good, because I'm sure it was good, because at some point I knew I asked him a lot of questions I didn't ask.
Like the age difference, like
no, forget it. I don't even care about that one, because I asked where you met her. I asked a lot of things.
Really?
Yes, now.
But then you don't remember when you guys spoke about me?
I don't, because it just comes and goes. But I knew that I was much more interested in asking about you, because there were a lot of things around meeting you.
I want to hear it.
I can't remember.
No, it's not lie. It's a lie. It's a lie.
So I knew I was interested, and I was really interested in you guys, because I was interested. So I knew it was good, but I can't remember exactly what it was or the time that he told me about you. But I knew that I asked too many questions about you. Why
were you so interested?
I don't know, because probably because I felt it was going to be the good one. Maybe it was the last bus stop, and the Holy Spirit just ministered to me like, "Tada, cheers, baby."
Last question about me. Out of all his girlfriends,
he never had any girlfriend aside you.
That's it.
You are the one and only. Last bus stop. First and the last bus stop.
Oh, you see these people, they are calling. Anyway,
no, but as a matter of fact, I wasn't the type that introduced any girl to my siblings, or even my parents for whatever reason. I mean, they could know that one babe day like this, but what makes me introduce you means it's beyond dating. I'm now very serious.
So if it's not that I found myself in their space or anything, I don't think there was any formal introduction besides maybe one or two.
Yeah, so I think the relationship I had before I met her didn't go as well, and it was the first person I introduced to all my siblings. So I didn't like it for that fact, because I didn't want to introduce anyone and then tomorrow everything. I have always hated people who do that. So but it happened to me that way. So then I took a break. And everybody kept saying, date, marry, this one. I mean, at the point, everybody was introducing somebody to me. My friends, my cousins, all those ones. They would just submit the girl's name, phone number, picture. I'll collect it. I think
that's where we are getting to. My brother-in-law is single, by the way. We are looking for wife. So if you if you are godly, you can cook, you have good character traits, I are in the abroad. Please be
very
important.
So that's just it. By the time it was, I think for a lot of them, I don't think I shielded it from him. I think the first time he asked me, I told him this thing. But for even my mom didn't know how we met until much
Really?
later, over a year.
Before she knew how we met.
Yes.
That's so weird because his mom was the first in their family to follow me on Facebook. I told my husband yes today, tomorrow the mom has followed me on Facebook.
When I told my mom, she would not be like, Bullet, you are party. Where do you guys meet?
Yeah.
Like, she's one of those art writers people that I never, because I know if I said that, she's a generation, she cannot understand.
Take it serious.
Yeah.
So it was long time later before I now told her that.
When he told you how we met, oh, you were a guy now.
It's a thing for me, like that's our thing. Like. So I wasn't, but I knew that there was a point I checked you online. And they were like, okay, cool.
You see, when I started my Instagram page, no, my YouTube channel, I don't even know. I just knew that I shared it with them. Please help me to follow and like. The way my brother-in-laws hawked my YouTube channel on their status, sending it to their friends. My really friend. If you guys are OGs on this channel, a lot of you got to know me from one of my brother-in-laws. Like they will constantly share my content. They really supported me to get to that 1K hit that I needed to get to. Even my mother-in-law too will share. No, I have great in-laws. Anyways, thank you guys. If we do say so ourselves, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching.
I'm one of your in-laws.
You are not my in-law, my brother.
Am I not one of you?
May God not make you my in-law.
No! Okay,
you are not, my dear.
Alright.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about the video on the channel. If you want Mr. Teals to come back, let me know also on the comment section. Okay, thank you guys. Remember to share, to like, to subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Until we meet again, I still remain your favorite girl, Victoria, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.
You are trying, bro.